So hi guys, and nice to see that you're back on the channel. I just realized that we haven't actually showed you the car, or as we call it, our Eurocruiser, how it looks in detail, or what components we have in it that we use on the track, and how we stays in it during a weekend. Yeah, we should have done that already this summer, but this was a crazy year with all the coronavirus and all the cancellation of events and everything, so we never got it all finished up. It's not even now, so you have to deal with that. So yeah, let's get into it, but first we will try to have some cinematic pictures. Yeah, so follow me there. Yeah, so here we have it. As I said, it's not completely finished, so we still have some work to do, but it's also a long off time until we're done. So start with the first things first. So we have this Victron Energy power inlet here. Stainless steel, actually from the boat business, but it works just as fine here. So here we have the power input to the car, and in the back side here we have two beds, which is foldable, so we can fold them up against the wall, so we still have a full garage area, or whatever you call it, for parts. We use this area for the tents, for chairs, for all this stuff that needs to get out anyway, so we have this free to be able to sleep in it. And back here we do have this Victron Energy Multiplus, which basically is a charger and inverter in the same box. So it does a ton of cool stuff. So what this little box does is that it is a charger for the batteries. So under each pillow, or under that pillow and under that headrest in that box, we have two Victron Energy batteries, 160 amp hours each. So firstly, that is a charger for these batteries, but it's also an inverter, which gives us almost 3000 watts of power up to this electric cabinet, an all standard electric cabinet from any house, or whatever you have it in your garage or house or whatever. So this powers this one, which then powers all the lights, the switches and all the sockets. So that's basically the biggest thing that does, but it also has an inverter, as I said. So what this does then is that from these 12-volt batteries, it inverts the 12 volt to 230 volts with a pure sinus curve, so it's pure 230 volt electricity up to this cabinet, which then powers the whole car. So we are always using all power going through this, but when we are at the track and we plug in the cable on the outside, the power simply goes straight through and do not use the inverter. As you can see now, the inverter on the right side is not lit on, and the power on the charger is on. So now the inverter is not using, but if you would unplug it from the outside, the inverter would automatically click over. You wouldn't even notice. So all the clocks and everything in the car, nothing changes. What we also can do with this is that we can in an app, we have a Bluetooth controller to this one. So in the app we can set it to example 10 amps. So when we're on track and we get a 10 amp fuse from the track, we can tell this box that we have only 10 amps so we do not blow the fuse on the track. But if we need, for example, 16 amps for something, then this box automatically puts extra power from the batteries. So we get 10 amps out from the track, and it gives us an extra 6 amps from the batteries, or how much it can give us. If the batteries are low on power or whatever, it will obviously lower that power, but it will help. It will put in extra power when we need it, so we don't blow the fuse on the track, but we have enough power to use whatever we use in the pit. So that's a super nice box, and I can very much recommend Victron Energy for your service vans, because you have power all the time. We use 260 amps batteries. We have 320 amps of power, which is plenty enough for the travel. We always have battery all the travel. Almost 2 full days we can still have power in the car without being plugged in, if we are kind of moderate with the use of it. So in the back here we have for whoever, and they have sockets there for the phones, a light switch for the lights. So that's basically it. And also I will try to put it in here somewhere in the picture. We have a DC-DC charger, so when we are running on the road we can actually charge the batteries back here with the excess power from the generator in the car, from the alternator. So from the alternator in the front we have this one who feels how much power you use for the starter battery, and the excessive power that not being used being charging the batteries in the back, which means that when we are on road we always almost have the refrigerator on and maybe some lights or charger. So that means that we always come to the sites at full power. So then we have a whole full day where we can use power for the car, we can use the microwave, whatever, which gives us plenty of room to not have the socket right away when we enter the track, or whatever. So let's get in and look at the details inside. So at the inside here, it's nothing special really. We have a couple of back cabinets, we have a bench so we can do some food or whatever. We have a seat for 3 people here and 3 people in the front. We have a storage here for helmets, radio communication, chargers, racing shoes, racing suits. We have a microwave, very nice and easy, and a bed. This is me and Lisa where we sleeps. We also have this roof window so we can get a cup of air, get some air in. We have made the decision to have it a little bit bigger in the let's call it living area. Other cars or whatever have the seat directly here, but we decided to have it a little bit bigger in the living area and a little bit smaller garage, because we have the Brian James trailer which we can fill up with stuff anyway. And we're using the Iveco van simply because it has the biggest tow capacity, so we can have 3.5 tons on the tow on a simple car with trailer license, and it also has a very big, we have a 1 ton loading capacity, obviously before we put all these cabinets in. So nothing special here. We have a couple of sockets here mounting for TV. We have this floor heating from Golvvärmebutiken under the floor. So you see now it's all wet from me coming from the snow. This will dry up, so it has 16 degrees on the floor right now, so it's keeping the floor dry and a little bit heat in them. We have some sockets here for chargers, light switches. We have sockets under here for the coffee machine or whatever you use, and we have this Victron Energy. This is a battery monitor, so we can see that now we have 100%. I don't know if you see on the camera, but we have 100% of battery state, since it's always on the charger when we're at home. But in here we can see how much battery we have. We can also see how many amps we are using from the batteries, which is 0. We can see how many watts we are using in total, which is 50 watts right now. So it's basically lights and maybe the refrigerator. We can see how many amps we're using, which is 3, and how many volts we have, and we also can see the time left somewhere here, since we are on power from the socket from the outside. It's infinity. But this is very good because we can see how many hours we have left in the batteries, which means we can now have a good overview of the batteries, which condition they are in, if we need to shut off something, or if we can start or keep using it. So it's good we have all this electricity when we're running around in Europe, so we can edit movies, charge the cameras, charge the phones, charge the computers, yeah, whatever we need to do. So we still have some small stuff to do, like these small details around here, but all in all, it's pretty much finished up. So we decided to go for this Iveco van to the 2020 season. Before that we did have this old big Volvo bus, but it was very it was kind of firstly it was very old, so if it would break down somewhere in Europe it would be cheaper to just let it be and go home, but that's not the easiest way. So we decided to go for this a little bit easier setup, which gives us more freedom, obviously. And so that's how we live, how we travel, and how we stay on track for most of the times. Sometimes we stay on hotels depending on how the track looks, or how the on-site electricity or whatever, water, toilets, showers. So sometimes we stay on a hotel, but this is what we do for most of the time to keep the budget low, and also to be very independent of what happens. We can always take ourselves, we can unhook the trailer and we can go wherever we want, because it's still a normal car. If you wonder anything about the Victron Energy setup, or whatever you would like to know about this setup we use, the car or whatever, tell us in the comments. Don't forget to hit the bell button, subscribe to our channel and help us grow. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.